So I moved out of California 3 weeks ago. I was interviewing with some, contract guard companies just to get some kind of income to come in. Bernie sends me a text message on Wednesday morning. And he says, look, man, you available? And I was like, yes, sir.
Answer the call, baby.
He says, yeah, he goes, call me. So I called him. He goes, hey, man, I got a job for you. Before I was even back to my car from that job, he's like, hey, man, you still what's your availability for the next 2 weeks? And I said, I'm good, man. And he was like, okay, I got another job for you.
Boom.
I posted on the chat on WhatsApp or whatever. Hey, I gave you a thank you. Before I was doing this, dude, I was driving around as a patrol supervisor for a contract company. And you just kept saying, man, there's a job for everybody. And I believed in you. And I signed up for, training day. And then when the master's class came out, even though I wasn't finished training day, I signed up for that. When I got the info on the hard skills, I signed up for that, got on the waiting list. Somebody dropped out. I got to come to the class.
I remember that.
And I'm telling you, I've been living the lifestyle every day. You said, just do what you can do.
Yep.
And I just keep every day, I just keep making more progress. So
outstanding.
It truly is all because of you, Byron. You guys inspired me to adopt this. I just believed in what you said and believed in what, the people who invested time in me. Man, I'm just out there cranking it out now, man.
So let's say one of your guys comes to you and say, hey, Byron, hey, boss, I need to talk to you. And you say, hey, what's up?
What you got?
And then he tells you, hey, I don't know if you know this, but the client pulled me aside and she's thinking about canceling the contract, but she wants me to stay with her.
Yeah.
How will you approach, once the agent comes, how will you approach that with him and the client? Because now she's saying, I'm not happy with you, but I want to keep, let's just say, Mark.
This is a scenario that you're going to run into in this game. One, if you're good at it at the agent level. Two, if you're a company owner, you can very easily run into this for a few reasons. The first reason is sometimes guys try to snake contracts, not snake contracts, but you get guys that are loudmouths, and please never do this. This is like the kiss of death in EP. In order to maintain your honor, you have to say, sir, ma'am, I really appreciate the offer. It would be an honor, but I've got to talk to my employer and I've got to make sure that I'm doing business as respectfully as possible for you and him. And in the future, if we ever do business, it would be the same thing for you, because that's the type of man I am. And then agent I am. And what ends up happening is the client actually respects you more for it, generally.
Well, in this case, the agent turned down the offer.
Outstanding.
And told the client, I appreciate the offer.
Right.
And, so it's flattered it, and I'm glad to see that, I'm doing good work. But I need to talk to my boss first, and then you guys can have a conversation. But I'm not looking to go on my own. And
if you got your employer's back and you didn't take that contract, that employer is going to really value you.
My question is, what is your feelings on photography as far as EP agents?
The age of social media that we're involved in, it's like happening a lot, I think a lot of guys believe they can get street credit by doing that. Personally, as an executive protection professional, I absolutely do not do anything like that. And I'm the most social media is dude in the whole industry, right? You'll never see a picture of me with my client. You'll never see me in a picture, anything that belongs to my clients, doing any of that type of stuff. I represent rifle brands, so I got to post pictures with rifles and stuff like that. But that's under my Protector Nation brand. But when it comes to executive protection, never expose your clients for two reasons. One, because if you are seen with a client, your credit, your street credit, your professional credit is linked to that client. So something happens to that client, people start looking at you. even if you don't even work for that client anymore. So you never want to link your success to somebody else's success because that's unstable. So that's 1. 2, operational security. Other client, you'll put literally a glass ceiling on yourself. So other clients that like to stay off the radar and that are low profile will look at you as a liability when it comes to you keeping them and their life private. The third thing is the corporate money, the high net worth families, they just frown upon it altogether. Long guns, rifles, really anything other than like maybe you training and showing that you actually practice and are competent is really dangerous.
What would be enough for kind of like your own self-promotion? Just you in a suit, or, you know, just a quick pose like that, something like that?
You maybe like gearing up, you showing that you have the work ethic, showing that you're working out, showing that you are reading books, posting some of the books you're going to, posting some of the schools and the knowledge you're going to, reposting content from other guys that you really respect. Maybe even, you know, a little blog here and there on your thoughts on executive protection, what it means to you to be a protector, the more philosophical type posts and things like that, mindset stuff all day. But imagery, I would want a client to go to my profile and see me the way I want them to see me on the job, because your profile, what you put on social media now, this is your resume. What did you think of the course, man, of the online content?
It was great. I actually use it, you know, and it's spot on. It's spot on. Like, real quick, I had the thing you talk about, carry bags.
Yeah, man.
It happened because somebody left the bags. I'm kind of like, at first, like, I carry these bags. All right.
My man.
I'm not like categorized or classed or ranked or anything yet. I just started. I've only done like 1 or 2 matches. But when I get one, does that matter? Is that marketable, or is it just better to like, hey, here's a video of me shooting. I'm competent.
It absolutely matters. So what you do is you go on USPSA.com, you set up an account, you get a USPSA number. When you shoot a competition, you put that number in. When you shoot 4 competitions, you'll get ranked, and then you start climbing the ranks. I'm a B-class shooter. When you put B-class shooter, C-class shooter on your resume, there will probably be people in your pipeline that'll see, 1, you shoot competitively, which already sounds sexy. Okay. And then 2,
that sounds good. Yeah.
If there's someone who does shoot competitively, they'll recognize your rank and say, anyone who knows anything about competitive shooting will be like, this guy shoots better than probably a law enforcement officer or a military guy just because he's a competitive shooter.
I'm going great, man.
He was like hitting me up like, yo, we got to do this thing. It's got to work, you know? And he was like, how are we going to do this? And then he did it. And then like 3 to 4, how long was it?
That was about 4 months.
Yeah, about 4 months. He came out to next thing you know, he's on a detail in Cali. He came out and joined me at a shooting competition. But it was like one meeting, he was like, yo, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. A couple of months later, he was on the next meeting, like, and I was like, what's wrong? You look tired, bro. And he was sitting there like, yo, man, they're working me like crazy. So, wow, man. And now you're on the travel team. So that's like, you know, you get on the res team, solid. You got the foot in the door. You're on the movement team, solid. You know, you're getting in you're in the big leagues.
By far, like, y'all seem like the most professional with like professional etiquette, in my personal opinion. But you know how opinions are; they go with a grain of salt.
Means a lot.
And it got right now. I just have like a burning passion. I'm just like, I want to go ahead and just fly over to Arizona and just get in it already.